Traders in the building, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I'm so glad that you've discovered me, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the continued love and support, and I hope you're finding these videos valuable and we're growing as the channel is growing. Today I have for you guys the weekly analysis, and I'll be analyzing the dollar index, gold, US30 and US100. And I'll start with the dollar index since it's the first on the watch list, and as you can see from the get-go, I'm bullish on the dollar index. Now to explain why, it's easy, man. First thing to notice that we are in an uptrend because we keep making higher highs and we keep making higher lows. Another reason is we are currently above a significant area level of support. Obviously you can see this previously was a resistance clear as day, and now we broke above it. We came to retest, and ever since we got there we haven't really broken below that area of support. So now we have about 6 to 7 candlesticks off a monthly time frame. This is a monthly time frame, by the way, of a monthly time frame failing to break below, which then clearly suggests to us that this market is bullish. Now, how can you take advantage of this move going up? It's easy. You go to a smaller time frame. You can go to any time frame that you prefer, but I'd advise you to start with the daily time frame. And if you can't see anything on the daily time frame, then you can drop further to an even smaller time frame. On the daily time frame, the only thing I can see is that okay, we are in a bullish trend again, but we do have a near resistance that we could potentially reject or react from. So there's nothing much that I see here. So I dropped further on a smaller time frame, another one, maybe the 4-hour. So this is us trying to see where can we enter for those buys if we are trading this particular market. And already I can see we do have an immediate high that we just broke this area of resistance over here. Now what can happen for the week that is coming? It's easy, man. So now that we have broken this area over here, price can come and retest, and this is where you can potentially enter for those buys and target this daily high over there. Other than that, man, there's nothing more, there's nothing less that I'm looking for in the dollar index. It's bullish. And as you can see, man, last week we did have CPI over here. It did come to test this low over here. This was a resistance before, became a support, and CPI came again and supported from that area on. So there's nothing, I have no doubts. I do believe price is just going to continue going up, and potentially we are going to break that resistance over there. We can continue to see those highs. Now let's go on gold. The second instrument of the day. This is the instrument that I trade, and on Monday last week I did send you guys a signal. If you did check on the community section of the channel, I did post something, and I did say that I'm looking for sales on gold, and eventually we did get that sale. But what am I looking for on gold? It's easy. From the get-go you can see that I'm bearish. Now the reason is, notice over here we are in a bearish trend, right? I'm sorry, not a bearish trend, but rather we come from a resisting trend line. Another reason is we do have a level of resistance over there. So price, every time it gets there, it likes to drop. It gets there, it likes to drop. So it got there again, and I'm assuming the same thing, that price is gonna drop at least up to these lows, because price, anytime it drops, it likes to come to this trend line. Anytime it drops, it likes to come to this trend line. So now, how can you take advantage of this move going to the downside? It's easy again. You go to a smaller time frame. Start with the daily time frame. I like to start with the daily time frame so you can see your areas of interest, maybe where you can potentially continue for those sales. And as you can see, I've already indicated here that for the week that is coming, I would love to see price come and break below this support over here, turn it into a resistance. Then that's when I could be confident to take those sales. However, the market can do anything. It can just come to this area over here and bounce back up. But I'll be observing price very closely. But how can you take advantage of this move on a smaller time frame? Because I trade the 15 minutes time frame. On a 15 minutes time frame, I do have an immediate sell that I'm looking for. Let me do like this. As soon as we open on Monday, I'm looking for something like this. If price can break below this area of support that it has created over here, can just break, I'll come for a retest and I'll enter for that short, and hopefully we can break this area over here that we see that I've drawn over here. Let's go to another pair, US30. This would be the third pair of the day, which leaves us to one pair to go. On US30, I'm bullish, and I'll explain to you quickly why. Number one is that we keep making higher highs and higher lows, right? These are highs, higher highs, higher highs, and we keep making higher lows. Obviously, you can see that. Another reason is we did have a resistance area over here, resistance area that turned into a support. And so price, usually when it bounces off a support, is most likely going to go and reject or respect or react at a resistance. And we haven't really touched that resistance. We are so close to that resistance at this point. It's very important that you observe, because not every time price is going to get there. It's very important that you observe price closely. If it wants to reject, you're just going to adjust with the market. If the market then decides it's going to break, again, you just adjust and follow price. So now, how can you take advantage of this move going up? Again, you go to a daily time frame or a time frame that you prefer. If you go to the daily time frame, you'll notice here we do have a clean structure. From last week, I was expecting that the US30 would come back to this area of support over here, and we would buy from there. But we did see that price is currently ranging over there. So what can you do now? Until price can break above this area over here, you cannot trade this particular market unless you're a scalper, of course, but you cannot trade this particular market. Wait for price to break that resistance, and then you can look for buyers, or wait for price to get back to this support, and then you can look for buyers. Other than that, man, there's nothing more, there's nothing less. You're gonna have to wait until price does either or price, if it can break below this support over here, then it would mean price is potentially changing direction, and we can look for sells. Now going to the last pair of the day, S100, and we are closing with this one. On this one, I'm neutral, and I'll explain to you in a very quick minute why I say I'm neutral currently. So obviously we do see we are in a bullish trend, very clear to understand. Prices keep making higher lows, obviously, and we do have a high, the last high that we've ever been on. And now I've noticed last week price gave us a bearish candlestick after giving us many bullish candlesticks. Now this is very important to note, because that bearish candlestick was not just a bearish candlestick, it was actually an engulfing bearish candlestick, which could potentially mean price is trying to reverse. Now this means you would need to observe price very closely, but how can you take advantage of this move going up or down? Or how would you know if price is going to go down, or how would you know if price is going to continue going up? It's easy. I have marked two areas of interest on the daily time frame that you should look out for. So this is a resistance and this is a support over here. Okay, let me do like this. So we do have a support, we do have a resistance over here. So in this area over here, I would like to call it a range where you should not even trade at all. However, if you're a scalper, you are open to open trades, but would need to monitor those trades very closely, because at this point price is kind of ranging for me, according to me. So until price can either break below, retest, then I would sell over here, or price could just bounce off of this area, come for a retest, and I would buy over here. But currently now I don't see what's currently happening, but I do notice we do have a support over here. And another thing is, because we are in an uptrend, we could see price bouncing and going up. But you would need to go to a smaller time frame in order for you to catch those moves, and you would need to see patterns, and you would need to get more than just one confirmation, because price did come bearish last week, which were for like many other months it was not. So you would need to monitor that move very closely, because you can see we were in an uptrend, and now price just broke that trend line over there. So you need to monitor price very closely, man. That's all I have for the week that is coming. If you like this video, do comment down below, and support the channel by subscribing. Also share with your friends, and please guys, help me grow. Let me see you on another video. I love you guys. Thank you for the continued love and support. I love you guys. Let's go.